by making two changes in personnel. Mickey Weir and Chris Jackson make way for Michael O'Neill and Kevin Harper, but look for tactical changes, with Andy Millen pushed into midfield to join Darren Jackson, and Pat McGinley in a defensive role with Keith Wright back up front. Hearts have had a 16-day layoff, but the team which beat Aberdeen last time out is intact, with Alan McManus continuing in central defence beside Pasquale Bruno and Paul Ritchie. And there's no place in the starting lineup for the match winner that day, John Cahoon, who remains on the bench. And the major boost to Hibs is the return after suspension of Michael O'Neill, an Northern Ireland international. He was ordered off the last time the sides met at Tynecastle, and the 3 matches he's missed have all ended in defeat. Alan Johnston's first goal of the season set up the fight back against Aberdeen, and he's one of a number of players being watched by the Scotland manager Craig Brown, in Johnston's case for the under-21 side, to play Hungary in March here in Easter Road. And the referee this afternoon is from Edinburgh, Mr. Bill Crombie. Hibs won the toss, so they've invited Hearts to kick down the Easter Road slope in the first half. Hibs always preferring to play downhill in the second half, and there's a very early spot of ball for Jim Leighton, tied up well by Gordon Hunter. Well, only 2 changes in that Hibs side from Saturday, but they really have rung the changes in terms of system. Stephen Tweed there with Gordon Hunter going across, Hans Eskilsson causing a problem for the Hibs defence. And a very interested spectator, the Scotland manager Craig Brown in the director's box. Now McAllister against Fulton. Both former Falkirk players, these two, of course, McAllister and Fulton. Hunter is scoring that away for the throw to Hibs, which Pat McGinley should take. Well, a game passed McGinley by in the midfield on Saturday, so he's got a new role at right back this afternoon. Here's Poynton. Robertson against Tweed. Covering player again, McManus. Johnston. Good play by John Miller. This is Johnston. Good chance on the run, and the opening goal for Hearts. Scored by Neil Poynton. He just wasn't picked up on the break there. That's very good ball from Alan Johnston. Beat Eskilsson, who drew defenders in. That's a terrific first-time effort by Poynton. Well, look at the space here for Poynton. Nobody matched his run. Kevin McAllister didn't get back to him. Pat McGinley had been sucked in field, and that left the space for Poynton to collect his first goal in Hearts colours. That's Miller. Bruno is going forward. We'll lose this race with Millen now. Possession conceded too easily though again by Hibs. That's been a problem in this match as well as in the match against Rangers. Possession has not been guarded jealously enough. That's a good pass this time to Harper. Heavy tackle by Fulton. Advantage will apply. The referee may well take action. No, after this move breaks down. This is McAllister whipping in the cross. So right. The layoff goes astray. Harper is back on his feet unsteadily. Hart still at possession. Poynton now looking for Johnston with a long raking pass. He's cut up by Tortolano. Johnston again. In goes Tortolano heavily, but Mackay now has possession for Hearts. Here's Johnston once more. Robertson trying the turn. Hunter did well. Kept his eye on the ball. Clumsy tackle by Tortolano, and John Robertson goes down. The referee waves play on, not happy at all with that as a penalty appeal, or a appeal for a foul anyway, just at the edge of the penalty area. Robertson is still down as McGinley comes forward. McAllister now takes over. Harper's return pass goes astray. It's picked up by Poynton. That's back to Gilles Rousset. A chance here for treatment for John Robertson. And I wonder if the referee will have any interest in Steve Fulton for that late challenge on Kevin Harper. But here's how Robertson came to grief, and I reckon Joe Tortolano is very lucky there. There was no infringement called by the referee. And now he is calling over Steve Fulton. The yellow card is administered, and I really think there's no complaint due from Fulton for that. The referee is also going across to Jim Jeffries. Now I wonder if he's going to have words with the bench also. Yes, indeed he is. He's speaking to the Hearts manager. And he's also asking quite clearly, Jeffries, if that was not a foul on John Robertson right at the corner of the penalty area. Bill Crombie is telling him he wants to hear no more dissent from the touchline. And Robertson will continue. Hearts fans relieved about that, I'm sure. McGinley lofting it in, looking for Keith Wright, who's causing problems there for Bruno in the air, but that'll be a throw to Hearts. Now Fulton. Chase on here for Robertson against Tweed. Robertson did well. Here a chance for Eskilsson. Well, he had options there. The shot at goal was on, but so was a little pass sideways to Alan Johnston, who was completely in the clear. It's good play by John Robertson. Missed there by McGinley. A chance for Eskilsson, but just to his right was Alan Johnston all on his own. See it from here. There's Hans Eskilsson now. It was a good shooting chance, in fairness. Johnston just out of the picture on the right-hand side. Millen to Jackson. Sensed the presence of Johnston, had to go forward and run into Mackay. This is Harper. Now O'Neill. Good close control. Keith Wright. Harper trying to work the ball clear. Very quick indeed, Harper. He's in on Rousset, and Rousset has lost his head. The referee Crombie's quickly there. Kevin Harper will be dragged to the side. He certainly was. A little bit late there with that one. It was reckless. Gilles Rousset, though, was fit enough to respond. The yellow card for Harper. I wonder if the goalkeeper's reaction contributed to that. And he too perhaps deserves a word in his ear for that very angry reaction. Well, the ball was certainly shot in the pass back. That's why Harper went for it. Rousset got there just ahead of him. It was a bad one by Harper, no doubt about that. There's Hunter. Keith Wright looking for McAllister. Space to work with now. Attacking point, and good cross in. There's a Neil. Hibs have equalised. Well, a classic old-fashioned dash to the byline by Kevin McAllister. A delightful cross, tailor-made for the attacking player coming in. Michael Neal rising early, bolting the header past Rousset, and Hibs are right back in the match. And what a difference this might make. Hibs' confidence severely bruised, but now they have a fine goal from Michael O'Neill to put them right back in this Edinburgh derby. Joy for the Hibs supporters. Oh, Pasquale Bruno lashing out there at Keith Wright. He'll be in serious trouble for that. Now, it depends on the view of the referee, but it really was a bad one. The ball was well out of range. It's a yellow card for Bruno, and in my view, it could easily be a red one. Alec Miller clearly thinks so too. Well, look at this now. The ball is well away from both players here. Now, that was just a deliberate swipe at Wright. Here's McAllister again. Foul twice there. Quick succession. Well, he certainly is causing serious problems to Hearts' defence, Kevin McAllister. Very much in the mood now. He wants to be on the ball as much as possible. He's forced Neil Poynton to rethink his positioning. He's had to drop further and further back. Jackson looking for Keith Wright. That's Harper. It's a beauty. It's a wonderful goal from Hibs. Kevin Harper. Well, the build-up was terrific. There's the ball from Darren Jackson. Keith Wright knocked that down. And look at the quality of the volley from Harper. Rousset helpless. It was brilliant play from Hibs altogether. That header on right, measured for Kevin Harper, and a stunning volley to put Hibs ahead. The half-time whistle is gone. It's been a remarkable first half. It's been tough, hectic and frantic. But Kevin Harper has scored the third of three magnificent goals in the first half to put Hibs 2-1 ahead. After Neil Poynton scored an outstanding goal in 7 minutes to put Hearts ahead. And then Kevin McAllister set up Michael O'Neill for the equaliser in 28. It's been great stuff here at Easter Road in the first half. It's Hibs 2, Hearts 1. So a real sense of anticipation about this second half. For so long, Edinburgh derby seemed to result in 0-0 draws frequently, but that's not the case in recent times, and Hibs taking control towards half-time in the first half will certainly have given Jim Jeffries a lot of work to do at half-time. We'll see the effects of all that work shortly. In goes Millen. Now McAllister. Held back clearly by Miller. Clear foul. Free kick to Hibs. Well, there's certainly some anxiety felt in the Hearts ranks at the moment when McAllister gets possession for Hibs. Short free kick, gives possession to Darren Jackson. The header down, met there by Miller. That's a fine save by Rousset. But the Hearts defence was sweeping that time. Andy Millen made a lot of ground there to get on the end of that for the shot at goal. Well, look at the way Millen went for that with great determination, and it needed the strength and the agility of Rousset to make the save. Another substitution coming for Hearts. They're bringing on John Cahoon. Well, this was the move which made all the difference against Aberdeen 2 weeks ago. Cahoon for Eskilsson turned the game Hearts' way. Different kind of attacking threat. Cahoon likes the ball to feet on the ground. Eskilsson more of a physical menace up front, and Bruno has challenged Darren Jackson. Jackson still on the ground as McAllister makes for the byline. Good ball in, excellent ball in. No Hibs player to take advantage though. Oh, McAllister's wing play has been so impressive. Well, the Hibs players incensed about the tackle on Bruno, or by Bruno on Darren Jackson, and that really was an excellent cross by Kevin McAllister. Well, there was Darren Jackson over carrying the ball slightly. It was a bad tackle by Bruno. He went over the top of the ball. There's no doubt about that. He's been booked already. Well, everyone enjoying the moment, but Pasquale Bruno, I think, could have gone off. His first foul was bought the yellow card, and certainly could have been booked again for that one. A lot of enthusiasm on the Hibs stands. Keith Wright going to try and make something out of this. And he's very close indeed. That was made out of nothing by Keith Wright's face. Well, looked to be no danger at all until Wright came racing across here, and that's a very good attempt. Well won by Poynton. McGinley. Upward bounce there for Bruno. Here's O'Neill. Now Millen. Tortolano charging forward on the left. That's a good return pass from Millen to O'Neill. Taking on McManus. And an excellent clearance inside the area by Paul Ritchie. Continuing in superb form this season. In just the right place. O'Neill causing in trouble on the flank. That's where all the danger has been coming from. And first to the ball was Ritchie. O'Neill against Paul Smith. So 3/4 of the match gone. Hibs leading by 2-1. Michael O'Neill got the first. Kevin Harper the second. Misunderstanding there with Tortolano. That's Millen. Paul Smith's header. In goes Millen once more. Now McAllister. He likes to get inside the box. The ball at his feet. To like the ball across. Darren Jackson. Frustration there for Jackson, a golden opportunity to widen the gap for Hibs. Jules Rousset sped himself, This is great running and wing play again by McAllister. Darren Jackson completely unmarked, headed the ball downwards, that was correct, but Rousset was in the way. Keith Wright looking to the ball there by Ritchie inside the area. There's Darren Jackson going all the way himself. Brought down there, the tackle by Poynton. Headed away by John Miller. Hearts trying hard to survive here. Well, there was a hopeful appeal for a penalty as Darren Jackson went down. There's no infringement there as Harper goes down. And in goes John Miller on Jackson. And this time the whistle goes. Well, Darren Jackson playing brilliantly there going into the penalty box. Asking a question now of the referee. Look at the way he lofted the ball forward. Keith Wright tried to help him out. And Poynton got to the ball. It was a fair tackle. Well, Jim Jeffries must be very concerned indeed with not only the side behind, but they are being outplayed at the moment. Good control from Cahoon. Now Johnston. Good play by Tortolano. Here's O'Neill as it acquired a second half after being so impressive in the first. Good running here by O'Neill. Measuring that for Harper. That was great play again by Michael O'Neill. Knew exactly what he was going to do there. Went forward at pace. You can see him looking up there. He knew exactly where Harper was. Dragged defenders towards him, then picked out Harper for this first time shot. Spinning away for the corner. Hearts with the throw, pressing forward now, desperately looking for this equaliser. 3 minutes remaining. Smith back to Lawrence, who's been given room for the cross. Tweed wins it. That was Fulton. McGinley challenging strongly. O'Neill now to Jackson. Hibs breaking quickly through the middle. Keith Wright is there, he wants to pass. He has it now. This could tie it up. Well, the first touch let him down. Back it comes into the danger area. McManus is header straight to McAllister. Great save by Rousset. The shot from McAllister deflected. The big keeper did superbly there. Well, this could have ended it all for Hearts. McAllister succumbed, being away from Fulton. Came off Ritchie. Excellent goalkeeping. Gordon Hunter attacking that ball very effectively. Well, a free kick's been given against Hunter. Last chance surely now for Hearts from this free kick. It's just the kind of free kick from which they equalised the last time they met here, with a last kick of the ball. Lighted in by Bruno. That's won by Hunter. Retrieved now by John Miller. This is Johnston. Back with Fulton. Good possession this from Fulton, but he's not allowed any space to come forward. Now Johnston. Here's Robertson. Johnston again. The angle ball with a good one. No one at the far post for Hearts. And the ball has gone out, and the final whistle is gone. And Michael O'Neill scored his first goal for him, the equaliser. Pasquale Bruno shake his hand, so does Alan Lawrence. The winning goal was scored by Kevin Harper, who's now off the field. And Jim Layton and Joe Tortolano save of the moment. How fortunes can change in 48 hours. It's the perfect tonic for Hibs. A win in the Edinburgh derby by 2-1, and it was thoroughly deserved. Well, what a difference from Saturday. Jim Layton was disconsolate then, and now shows how quickly things can change in football. Kevin McAllister, an outstanding game for Hibs. And there's Kevin Harper, hugged there by Keith Wright. The victory in the end for Hibs.